There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 3 for this Tuesday night. We got ourselves a free play game. Team Caboose taking on Team Thomas, made up of a bunch of platinum and diamond players. Best foe cooker. I'm not sure if you've been here before, but welcome new to these games, as well as a lot of returning members. Excited to see what they bring out, as Return is going to be banning away the Urgot first and foremost. Still strong, though I believe on the is it a 6.9 patch he got slightly nerfed?
Yeah, he has been nerfed right now. Still decent, but not the obscene powerhouse he has been recently. My face is missing, by the way. Not a complaint.
Good to know.
It improves the overall quality of the stream. And why are you Nova/Jake? Are you Jason?
Oh, you know what? I didn't ever fix that. Last Thursday, Nova casted with me, and apparently the entire time that I was casting, I never changed it back to Jake. Let me go ahead and fix that real quick. There we go. And, of course, because I'm not on the camera because things freaked out, there we go, you're back as well. So we're good to go on the graphic side of things, as the Ornn can be banned away from Nuez and Kaisa banned away from Xeno as well. So we got some of these more detailed bans going on. Zucchini, Cody, great Morgana player, been one-tricking her for a while, so that's going to be taken away. Not exactly sure who the Akali or the Ezreal is banned against, maybe Otter or Returned, as it looks like Returned is going to be grabbing the Thresh, maybe trading it over to Cody on that Zucchini.
Wait, Cody's name is Zucchini now?
Yes, but it is a meme within the XLNC community that instead of Zucchini, you pronounce it Zucchini. Because when it was, I forget exactly how it started, but somebody looked at the word zucchini and pronounced it, wait, hold on, what is Zucchini? And so that is the way that I pronounce it.
I always like memes. Oh, by the way, have you seen my new water bottle?
No, I have not. I can see the bottom of it. Please tell me that it is a bleach container, because it kind of looks like a bleach container.
It is.
It's a bleach container. That's pretty hilarious. The only other one you could maybe do is on top of the bleach container, put the tears of my enemies. That way you're drinking both bleach and your enemies' tears. As Kale and Fiora could be grabbed by Team Thomas. Looking like some super strong top lane champions, though I assume that's Kale in the mid lane. Hold on, it's Xeno that's picked up Kale. Could it be the Kale carry in the bottom lane?
Kale bottom lane.
Fiora top lane.
That sounds like a very bad idea. That just feels bad to me. Because if you have an ADC on the other side, like levels 1 through 6 are going to be miserable. Like, so bad. But, I mean, if you get past that and you get to ranged phase, you could do some good work. And Jinx banned away from Otter as well as the Ezreal. So a lot of ADCs taken off the table, so it very well may be the Kale in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I'm feeling like that with the Lulu. They're going for some crazy late game scaling. Think about the attack speed that Kale already has past level 16. Then add to that the Lulu attack speed bonus as well. Plus wild growth on top of Kale's ultimate already. You have an unkillable champion for a ridiculous amount of time. Still interested in seeing what this mid lane and jungle could be. Hopefully it's something with a little bit of tankiness, maybe a bruiser in that jungle as Jax banned away. Yeah, right. It's sorry. I forget. It's a free play game. Everyone's gonna be going for the kills, all damage all day long.
Yeah, definitely. This is solo queue without the threat of actually losing LP. Why would you go for something intelligent like a tank when you can go for kills, Jake?
Well, why haven't they picked up Yasuo yet? There it is! Oh my gosh! How did I?
the mad predicts.
That's actually hilarious. Yeah, if you're a player who plays Yasuo and it is the fun of a ranked game without losing LP, why would you not? Heal it up, goes ahead and grabs that for the mid lane.
Why not?
So we've got
pick Yasuo.
Nuez in the jungle. Just going to talk right over top of you. It is Otter locks in the Lucian. More than likely going to be paired with Zucchini on the Thresh in the bottom lane. Best foe Cooker grabbing Irelia, which seems name appropriate for the top lane, which means Echo is going to be in that mid lane on Dive. Pretty excited about this team comp as a whole. And Nuez locking in the Draven. The Draven jungle? The Kale jungle?
No,
the Kale jungle. All
that
right.
makes perfect sense. Okay, yeah. It's really like if you can get by in the early levels and you can clear stuff. We've seen this go badly before. We've seen it get executed in the jungle a couple of times. But having a big scaler in the jungle rather than in a lane can be really nice if you ward well. Of course, you're going to have an aggressive jungler. Wait, does smite?
I think that it's a glitch, as it sometimes happens,
Okay.
as you wait till the 0 second, and then once they actually load into the 3-minute timer, it switches over to smite. If he doesn't, it'll be a huge talking point.
Yeah, but as I was saying, we have Kale. You put a scaler in the jungle, and that avoids all the pressure in the early levels. But let's run through players and the champions, and then we can kind of talk about that a little bit more.
There we go. And he did not take smite. Return is on Jarvan the Fourth without smite. Okay, this game just got even more spicy. So, running through for the side of Team Caboose, we've got Return with the J4 in the jungle combined top lane with Irelia. Maybe it's 2 in the top lane. We'll find out. Dive with the Echo in the mid lane. Zucchini on the Thresh support. Otter with the Lucian 80 carry. And Best Foe Cooker on Irelia. Potentially duo top with Return.
And for Team Thomas, we've got Zeno taking Draven in the bottom lane ADC role. Arcane Vixen on Fiora top lane. Asana on Lulu in the bottom lane supportive role. Heal It Up taking the predicted Yasuo. And then Nuez rounding out with Kale in the jungle. Yeah, so no smite. Oh, wait, it says draft bug. Okay.
Yeah, they're saying that they, obviously he attempted to take smite, however, Riot has one of the best clients in the game, so it's absolutely not the client's fault. That could ever be the problem. It is an indie
Riot
game.
never makes mistakes.
But yeah, Riot has like the completely bug-free game, so we'll actually, I'm going to wait for the call to be made that everyone's out of game. I might just quit spectating as we get down to the last second mark. I wanted to note on the bugs. I watched a highlight reel of all of the bugs that Sneaky found during last year's season. And it was just from his stream alone. There was like 60-something bugs of a whole variety of different ridiculous, crazy bugs that was found while he was streaming. So A, it shows he streams all the time and a ton of games. And B, there's a lot of bugs. Rek'Sai not included. So
yeah, I used to. I've watched streams in a really long time now, but I used to like watching streams and then you'd have somebody call out a bug. I was like, oh my gosh, that shouldn't have happened. And then I'd go back and like put it down into quarter speed. I'm like, no, you actually just missed your skill shot.
Oh. Oof.
Yeah. It was especially with Hashinshin and a few of the other guys. It's like, well, look at that bug, right? What's your coding, dude? It's like, no, you just missed. You're just bad.
It's
okay.
bad.
You can miss. It wasn't the game. It was the fact that you input that improperly. You flashed. It wasn't a glitch in the game that made you flash into a wall. That was just you flashing into a wall.
Yeah, these were a variety of different things. Check your Discord when you're done. You want to chat with you and Coach Chad. Scotty, happy to do so. I know that we have kind of something lined up post the stream. I'm going to go ahead. Wait, I can't quit spectating. Are you kidding me? I don't even know what's going on now. All right, well, we're going to load into game and immediately turn around and leave. So as we got to the last second, I was planning on quitting spectating the stream at about the 1 second mark. And the quit spectating option disappeared for me. I wasn't allowed to quit spectating the game. We're just talking about what a beautiful client Riot has. and then it doesn't even allow me to quit spectating before the game is over. So we'll load in, we'll immediately jump out. Picks and bans should be pretty quick as we get into game number 3 here in just a moment. Foul Jester, how are you doing? How's your stream today? I know that you were streaming a little bit today. You still grinding that ranked, or you're trying some fun new stuff? I also know that you were trying Silas pretty heavily, but you're back on the Shaco grind. So you try and make it Thursday to play in some games. That's fantastic to hear. No pressure though.
Now we're just waiting to load into the client to not cast the game because Riot bugs.
Right?
Riot, awesome. Though we have to comment that, okay, can we just say that all of the new Kale skins are just dope? Like, or 3 of the new Kale skins. Dope. I love new Judgment Kale. I'm so happy that they did that one justice. Judgment Kale was, if you participated in Ranked back in Season 1, you got Judgment Kale. And it's such a cool skin. Yeah. So, and when they rebranded it, it looks awesome now. So I really like it. Very happy.
Are you still in the? Are you in the skins or are you out of the game?
I'm not out of the game yet.
So you're loading in those skins.
Yep.
I think I'm going to do a hard reload completely because I don't even know if it's going to load into the game because technically everyone's already gone. So I'm actually going to completely quit the client entirely and see if that helps kind of reset everything. So we're going to just go ahead and go on a quick BRB as I full reset everything. And hopefully it won't keep me in the game. So
we'll see. You let me know how that goes. I'm going to just try and wait. Hope that Riot did it right. So.
Yeah, okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Things we were taught as little kids, you know. Don't go meet strange people on the internet, and then don't get in cars with strangers, and then Uber's like, go order a stranger from an internet to get in a car with alone.
I think you should just go ahead and jump out completely. They've already made the new game. They've got all the players here already. So just go ahead and shut down everything completely, and we'll get you in for spectating this game.
Here we go.
So this is going to be a blind pick, which should mean that picks and bans go a lot faster. We'll still have the 3 minutes to analyze the compositions after the fact, but everyone should be able to lock in their champion pretty darn close to immediately, and that should save us a little bit of time getting into this game number 3. If Wraith will ever join Spectator Club. One day.
You got a problem, Jake?
Mm-mm.
You wanna fight me, Jake? Fight?
1v1, let's go. Post
1v1.
this game. Post this game. 1v1, let's do it. You and me, and we'll see who's the better support, because you can only pick supports. That's my rule on that.
Alright. I'm playing Draven support.
Oh, there you go. Draven support, mid lane, 1v1. There we go. Everyone locked in their champions. This time, it's going to be returned in the 4th slot, but he's got that smite. That's what we want to see. Now that we're immediately hopping into the 3-minute countdown, we've already run through the champions, but let's do it again one more time as we have fully reset for this game number 3. For the side of Team Caboose, we've got Otter taking the Lucian in the 80 carry role. Dive with the Echo in the mid lane. Best Foe Cooker on Aurelia top. Returned with the Jarvan in the jungle. And Zucchini with the Thresh support in the bottom lane.
And for the second time with Team Thomas, we've got Zeno taking Draven in the bottom lane ADC role. We've got Yasuo played by Heal It Up in the top lane, or no, mid lane. And we've got Asuna on Lulu in the bottom lane supportive role. Arcane Vixen taking Fiora top lane, and Nuez rounding it out with Kale in the jungle. Like we were saying last time, putting a scaler in the jungle is actually a pretty good idea so long as your support and your top lane ward for you.
Mm-hmm.
And keeps the Jarvan, because Returned will be able to go in and mess up this Kale. There's not going to be any fighting happening there. It's going to be Jarvan just punching Kale to death over and over and over again. If Jarvan sets up vision in the enemy jungle and is able to get in there and start messing with Kale, it could go very badly. But if Kale can make it through the first few levels, especially if she can get access to her ultimate, which gives her access to her second stage passive, that AoE, her clear is going to be really fast. So it's not really about the ganks with the jungle Kale, but more just getting her out of a lane so that she can scale freely in the jungle without having to be just beaten down by the enemy team.
And the really interesting thing I want to watch this game is those scuttle crabs, because they're so critical for junglers to get. They're so huge in experience for getting that level 2, level 3 on the quicker side. Does Kale try to go for them, and will she get the support of whatever side she's leaning towards, especially if Kale, say, starts at the red side of the jungle, goes to her blue, then goes to the scuttle crab on the bottom side? There's the potential to have the bottom lane come in and support her in getting that. Most jungle fights do fight around those scuttle crabs, and as you said, J4 are going to have a huge advantage, especially up until that level 6. So we'll keep our eyes on how they scale. Now, top lane is something else that's pretty interesting. Irelia versus Fiora, one of those matchups that's going to be heavily skill-oriented. How does Fiora handle those parries? Can she avoid those stuns? Or is Irelia going to be able to land those skill shots, get the resets, and get a lead? Especially because if Irelia gets snowballing, a Trinity Force is going to do work even against a Fiora if the Fiora can't match in skill.
Agreed. But Fiora does outscale in the late game, and especially in terms of having that parry available to cancel Aurelia's stun will be a very big deal, because Aurelia kind of needs that stun to win out on the 1v1 with her. But you're going to have two very mobile champions in the lane, so these should be some interesting 1v1s, whatever happens. It'll definitely be flashy.
Speaking of one... Go ahead.
And from the perspective of somebody who's never watched League of Legends before, if you've never watched League, then that's just going to be a really confusing series of flashy lights. Aurelia versus Fiora. It's just going to be... And they're moving a lot. Oh, and one guy died. Huh.
Dashing, flashing, moving all over. Speaking of 1v1s, there's also that mid lane where a lot of mobility is going to come through. Not only does Echo have those two procs of his E to dash around, but Yasuo is able to dash through those minions as well. So it's going to be a high mobile game. You're going to see a lot of players moving
Lucian
very quickly around. There you go. You got Lucian for the...
and Jarvan.
What is called ice skating Lucian? What is that terminology? When he picks up Essence Reaver, gets the super short cooldowns on his E after ulting. I think it's like Skater Lucian or whatever is what it's called, when he's able to have like a 3-second cooldown on his Relentless Pursuit and be able to dash all over. Well, either way, we are into game number 3. Team Caboose taking on Team Thomas with a lot of regular faces, but a new one as well. And we'll see how they all line up in this game. If there's a particular lane that has a distinct advantage, where would you say it is?
Xeno is going to have an advantage over Lucian, or Xeno's going to have an advantage over Otter in the early game damage department unless he drops his axes, and that's going to be on Cody to hook him out of or flay him out of the axes. Once Draven drops the axes, it's a really heavy punish. Like, in terms of things that Riot, they punish you for making misplays. Often that's good champion design. It's a really hard punish if you drop your axes as Draven. You lose over half your damage, especially in the early game before you get items. So Lucian has more straight up damage if Draven has dropped his axes. So they're going to want to time their all-ins to when Draven has either dropped an axe or Cody can land an axe on or land a hook onto Draven when he's going for one, because it predicts his movement.
All right, it's
So-
a win Drake to start the game off. Not nearly as exciting as the last couple games we had those Infernals to make things a bit spicier, but it's still going to be a nice Drake to pick up, especially if you're on either team that's going to have all that mobility. You're just going to add a little bit of extra out of combat and in combat mobility. Both junglers starting on that top side, so we could see some interesting fights around either the top side scuttle or the bottom side scuttle if they try to go for just clearing their jungle first.
Oh, so Heal It Up grabbing dives Yasuo. I just kind of registered that it's like, oh, totally just stole that away. I kind of like it. Kind of like it a little bit. Counter picking based on your opponent. It's nice to have it when the community knows everybody. It's like, we can let this one through bans and then pick it and then effectively get an extra ban because you know what they're going to pick if they have the opportunity.
Yep. And speaking of Yasuo, he's going to go and get a little bit of damage. The Electrocute proc going to come down from dive, though, making him a little bit of the winner of that skirmish in that mid lane. So potion going to be popped on the side of Yasuo, starting things off. I still want to keep my eye on the jungler. Flawless Duet going to miss on the top side. Fiora still looking for those vital strikes. Drops Irelia down to about half. Foe Cooker has to dash away. Irelia still going to be able to lunge and try to get it. One more vital strike. She flashes forward. She should be able to land this. It's not going to mean the kill, though. And J4 is here, forcing the flash, or jumping into the flash as well. Arcane Vixen goes back in with the lunge. No level 6, level 2 to level 3 on the return J4. I think he's got it with the flag and drag lunge. Not going to get the Fiora out of range. Still picked up first blood. 1-for-1 overall.
Yeah, but that's totally worth it. I was expecting to see Irelia win that, and I think Irelia was expecting to see Irelia win that as well, simply because, Dive in trouble right now, has to blow the flash, went for the harass, but was out of mana, couldn't give any kind of a kill threat on to Heal It Up, so that means that he had the ability to just go in and press his advantage, knowing that his opponent couldn't reply in a damage sense. But it's really crucial to say that, Fiora's scale is one of those really hard scaling champions in the top side, so, Zucchini almost landing that hook right next to the tower range, and that was potentially a lot of damage coming through. Of course,
this is Cody! Cody missed a flay and a death sentence in almost face roll range. I don't know.
He hit the flay, but it was almost really cool because he was trying to flay the minions out of his way, which worked. He just missed the hook.
He wasn't looking for the flay on Lulu. He was just flaying the minions out of the way, so good. Oh, okay. Well, either way, we got a gank in the mid lane. His return going to come and misses the knockup, though, and now Dive is in trouble. Heal It Up flashes in for the kill because he knows that Dive can't escape. However, he may go down himself. He's trying to get through the minions to escape. Return. Is he going to be able to land the last bit of damage? The E-shield comes through. The knockup. Heal It Up. You are a monster. Picks up the kill on return. Solo in the mid lane. Are you kidding me? What a play.
Okay, that was highlight reel stuff right there. Meanwhile, topside, Arcane Vixen dueling. It has the level advantage this time with the parry. I think she could have taken that fight, to be honest.
Could have. The Vital is still up. Arcane Vixen going to pop a couple of potions just to try to heal up a little bit. Foe Cooker still has that corrupting potion as well, going to be burning through all of those stacks. Something to note earlier was the fact that because J4 level 3 jumped on that top side, he went blue Scuttle Crab, or blue Grump Scuttle Crab top lane. Kale was actually able to steal away J4's red buff, so she actually had a 3 buff start to the game. Has not had any impact in lanes, but is level 4, so is very quickly approaching that level 6 moment where the Kale becomes a little bit safer to be playing in the jungle. Flawless Duet still going to land on Arcane Vixen at the top side. The parry comes through to avoid a little bit of damage. However, that really could still chase if Fiora down underneath the turret. And there you go. That's what you're expecting when Irelia's got a decent advantage. And no TP for Arcane Vixen, so that's a long walk back to lane.
There's a 4-man gank in the bot side.
We'll see what this team can do as blue side's looking for the 2-man knockup from J4. They don't need the Cataclysm to cataclysmically shut down the bottom lane from Team Thomas. Pick it up 2 kills. I believe both of them, no, only one went on to J4 and one went on to Echo.
Yep, and returned going to start up this Wind Drake. It actually deals the most damage out of all of the Drakes, which is kind of funny considering it's the most useless. But having really no threat onto this, the jungler's down, and they can pretty much take this at will. Or not down, but away.
So Yasuo, 10 CS and 2 kills to Echo's 34 CS. Well, yeah, 10 CS over for the Yasuo. Doing quite well. Should be able to see him 1v1ing Echo pretty well in the mid lane unless Dive could just find a miracle outplay. The bottom lane of that Lulu and Draven coming back down to the bottom lane. It was unfortunate the Draven death because he lost a lot of those Adore stacks? Adoration stacks. Very close. Similar word. Adoration stacks. He's going to have to build that back up.
That's what I wanted to see. The heal or... Oh, wait. Arcane Vixen might get it. No! Does not proc the ultimate.
I was a little bit behind you, but either way, yeah, Irelia, nice play with that ultimate, getting those resets to get a little bit of extra damage in onto Arcane Vixen. Still wasn't disarmed as that was changed. Last breath used in the mid lane. Echo ultimate going to try to reset his health bar as J4 Cataclysm straight on to heal it up. The Yasuo in trouble. Dashes through the wall. Can't get to the minion wave in time, though. He's going to go down as he was out of minions to dash through. And Dive picks up a kill in the mid lane with the help of that J4.
Yeah, Jarvan setting up a tent in the mid lane, and for good reason. If Heal It Up gets too much more of an advantage, then he's really just going to become a crazy threat. But Nuez in the top lane, we've completely forgotten about this Kale. Lands the slow and the acceleration.
Has that level 6 as well. Flashes the flawless duet, still chasing in. Foe Cooker forced to flash away, but the slow comes through once more. They're not going to chase it in as J4 is here, so they can turn on to him, but Kale is out of mana. Arcane Vixen still looking for a play, has to back away. Dive is trying to set up onto Arcane Vixen. The stun's not going to come through, still gets the dashes onto Nuez, and the Kale out of mana goes down.
Yeah, does not have access to that ultimate, had already burned Flash trying to get the kill there. That's unfortunate that the Kale was not in a position to pick up that kill. But the scaling is online for her at the moment. Has hit the level 6 first part of her ultimate, and her passive have already been confirmed. So once she hits 11, she's really going to become a champion. Which would be nice. At that point, they can start taking team fights, because Kale, there's a reason Kale and Scale rhyme.
It is a Mountain Drake.
I made a joke.
Yes. Well, we both get our jokes in for the night. Mountain Drake, second Drake of the game. Again, something that you'd like to have before that 14-minute mark, but still nice afterwards as well. Neither team running for that area to get vision on it just yet.
Oh, stun!
Slightly in the area. Yasuo stunned up. Ignite going to come down as well. Dive looking for the kill. He's got that red buff as well, and will get the burn to drop Yasuo. Despite Yasuo being 2-0 at the start of the game, he's now 2-2. I love the sword play in the top lane between these two, continuously going at it, but Fiora is slowly but surely losing out on these matchups to Irelia.
And that's what I expected to happen, and what should be happening in this matchup right now.
There's that ultimate coming out, trying to get the resets, forced to flash away. Fiora now going to be in trouble. Return shows up here, decides not to dive the turret for this Fiora in the mid lane. The stun comes through onto Kale. She's got her ultimate, though. She should be able to use it. Trying to wait till the last second. Dive's going to... Oh, backwards. There it is. That was a beautiful ultimate dive, trying to escape from the turret. Kale wants the minion, so turret shot should come through. Second turret shot might be enough to take down Dive. He's extremely low. Kale needs to turn around, just land one Q. I think that Heal It Up should be able to dash through those minions. There's the Ignite.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. Just sets him on fire and walks away. The TP coming through in the top lane. But this turret is about to drop. Lots of plates have fallen in the favor of the Irelia. And this is kind of how you expect the matchup to go. I know I keep saying that, but it is important to note. But toward the late game, that first blood on Fiora is going to be helping her out a good bit, because they're effectively even in CS, even though she's down a ton of gold. Oh wait, no, never mind. I forgot that Fiora or Irelia picked up 2 kills. Ignore me. But effectively, she's only 2 kills up, which is 600 gold. Still a substantial advantage, but not as bad as it could have been. I'm wanting Xeno to be more aggressive in this bottom lane. He's playing very passively for somebody who picked the most aggressive ADC in the game, which is kind of problematic because Draven's, in my opinion, Draven's kind of worthless in team fighting.
Well, and on top of that, he's with the Lulu, which is, pre-6, not exactly the most supportive of champions, so still fairly supportive, but past level 6, level 7, now has that wild growth, and can still whimsy the Lucian to basically say, sorry, you can't deal damage for about 3 seconds. Arcane Vixen seems to have gone AFK on that top side, so a free kill for Caboose. Unfair. They're going to be able to pick up that one now. Turn on to Kale as well. Nuez just doesn't even drop the ultimate as Divine Judgment was not up yet, giving a double kill to Best Foe Cooker on that top side, which is unfortunate as they're now pushing 4,000 gold lead for blue team.
Return, starting a construction project in the top lane, just, building a building, gonna set up a subdivision, buy a house there, make some land investments, starting his own corporation. Really getting into the developments on top. So hold on, we've got the possibility of an all-in. Dive taking a lot of damage, but it's just a trade right now. As I was saying, I'm kind of wanting to see more aggression from Xeno. Start running forward and throwing out a few axes, poke down Otter a little bit. But Zucchini here.
Oh, double play from Zucchini. Swana in trouble, gonna go down. Dive picks it up. The Draven has that wild growth, but he's 1v4, so he's gonna get dropped. And Cody picks it up. Another 2 kills for Caboose, and the bottom lane falls one more time. That was about 200 adoration stacks that the Draven has lost. Now 0-2. Bless Shelly dropped in that bottom lane. Should be second turret as Caboose already picked it up on that top side. They're going to be able to get a second one on the bottom side and the Mountain Drake. Things are looking pretty scary for Team Thomas.
Yeah, Caboose is in a huge lead right now. Best Foe Cooker is unlocked on this Aurelia. 4-1. Got first turret gold as well as 5 full plates on the bottom side from Shelly there. That hold on, I thought Shelly might get an extra charge right there, which would have been a misplay from Xeno. As I was saying, I wanted to see him more aggressive and less pushy. Freezing is really effective when you have a champion advantage.
Nuez dropping the Divine Judgment, in trouble. Heal it up, gonna come in, land the Tornado. Last breath as well. This Echo should go down. Heal it up, gets the kill credit. Not exactly, it's okay on that Yasuo. He'll do all right. But really, the furthest you can get the Kale, the better, because she is your, basically, one way to get back into the game in the late game. The Kale Mary. I love that from Rivington, and I will use that every opportunity that I get.
Yep, and Nuez still farming up decently, 93 CS to the 64 from Return.
Not sure what Zucchini was doing, walking right past, heal it up. They also in trouble, should go down. He's still trying to dash to the side, gets a nice tornado, but Return is chasing him down, has the red buff as well, and picks up his 3rd kill of the game.
Yeah, and Return has just been so impactful. He's been everywhere. He's ganked mid 3 times, he's ganked top a lot. A lot. And then I think he's also been bot twice. He's just been everywhere, and he's still staying pretty competitive in CS. He's substantially far behind Kale, who's been doing nothing but farming. But with the kills he's gotten, he's even in gold. So, much more impactful in the game. And Kale's going to have, Nuez is really going to have to make an effort in this late game. Zucchini misses the hook.
Well,
sadness.
About the J4, it's kind of what you would expect. As Kale, not a great ganker. She ganked one time at the top side, didn't work out, and is going to be just trying to farm until her later levels, which means J4 has the freedom to gank everywhere. Echo going to go ahead and ult in the bottom lane, get a little bit of shield as well, trying to run out, flashes the wall, kills on the chase, but Nuez being slowed by that Q, still flashes the wall to chase in, a couple more auto attacks, dive very far, but not far enough. The Q comes through, giving Nuez his first kill of the game. Let the bloodbath begin, as this Kale is just a little bit of experience away from level 11 when she truly begins to come online.
Yeah, but is that going to be enough to deal with this Aurelia? 4-1 right now with the solo gold on a whole full-plated turret, as well as first tower gold, and 5 plates in the top side. This Aurelia is terrifying, is about to just eat Xeno for lunch.
We'll see what the Draven can do. He's going to be stunned up by the fall. Drop the heals as well, but just gets cleaned up. Now Kale going to try to come into mid lane, maybe make a play here with Fiora. He's got the ultimate onto Otter, but a nice ult from the Thresh. Going to slow things down. Archicane Vixen goes in, gets dropped. J4 is here as well. Returned with a knockup. Nua's going to be in trouble. Gets dropped. His Divine Judgment has already been used. Asan going to drop in the mid lane. Returns, smites, tries to get the spear coming down. Walks in for the auto. Going to sacrifice his own life to try to ace the enemy team. It is all but an ace as Yasuo was in that bottom side, and Caboose continues to just lead all of these team fights.
Yeah, and hold on, we've got Otter. Nope, there's Cody's there with the lantern, saving his ADC's life. But I heard from a pro player saying he's devised this foolproof formula for figuring out if Aurelia can kill you at any point in the game. And the answer is yes.
Oh, foolproof.
Yep. Aurelia, if you're as an ADC, Aurelia can always kill you. It doesn't matter if you're Draven. It doesn't matter if you're Kai'Sa, Kalista. Throw any 1v1 champion in there, Aurelia can still eat lunch, which just happened. Especially if that Aurelia happens to be 5-1 with solo gold on 2 full turrets. How much gold does she have?
Check in. 9,300 gold total for the Aurelia, which is 1,000 over Yasuo, the most fed member on the enemy side. 4,000 over the Draven. 3,000 over the Kale. Aurelia could try to put the whole team on her back in 1v9. I don't think she needs to, though, because Return is doing work. 11 kill participation. The Echo as well. 5, 4, and 2. The Solution, the only one who's got full assists, but no deaths. Well, no deaths on Cody either. He regularly gets no deaths, though, so it's not exactly a shock. Mountain Drake, the 3rd Drake of the game, and likely the 3rd Drake going over to Caboose.
I would agree, and Mountain Drake's not one you want to see when your opponent's ahead. Now, this is pretty good macro if they don't get caught out. Cody already walking up toward the mid lane, throwing out the Dark Passage, pulling dive in. And this possible catch out, but they wisely don't overchase. They don't run into where they don't have vision, but they've been cut off in the mid lane. This is good macro. Cody's shot calling right here. Definitely good. And they've been separated.
Oh, but they're going to try to jump onto the Yasuo. He's the most fed member. The ultimate is only on 1. Heal it up. Dashes through. He's been ulted by the kill as well. Divine Judgment keeps him alive. He's going to trade 1-for-1 with the Lucian, but it's only the Thresh that goes down. Full calling from Otter over the wall. It's still a shutdown, though. Fruit of the Fiora, and now Kale can go on in, dropping those auto attacks down. Has the red buff as well. Flawless Duet won't land on anyone. And Thomas, just with a miraculous ultimate from Kale, come out in the lead with that fight. Well,
yeah,
come out.
That ultimate saved the fight. Like, getting last breath down on 2 members and not losing your most fed carry, it cannot be overstated how much that just did. And that could theoretically be the turnaround in this game, because right now it's been a steamroll from Caboose. But right now that's the first breath of life, and you have some crazy late game scaling champions. Wow. You have Arcane Vixen on Fiora. Fiora outscales just about every top laner in a 1v1 scenario. She just deals so much damage. And if she lands her vital procs, that is. And then you also have Kale, probably the preeminent scaler in the game right now. And Yasuo is a really strong scaler as well.
Heal up, gonna try to go in, gets the last breath, but it's only on the Thresh. He has to dash away, but he's burned an ultimate from the enemy team. The J4 Cataclysm is down. Best Focus are gonna try to chase it in, flashes forward, able to secure the kill onto the Yasuo, and that's what Caboose needed to shut him down. He died last fight, but now that he's dead again, he has the most kills. They can turn and start on the Baron. The main thing to watch for is this Kale. She's going to have her ult up here shortly, and she could try to go in with all of the AoE auto attacks that she has combined with the Lulu. As Dive jumping forward, trying to do what he can, has to ult away, has dropped Asana down below half health. The Baron is burning low. Who's going to go in? Nuez goes over the wall. She's got the Divine Protection. Takes away the Baron. Now is in trouble. Probably going to fall. Draven over the wall. Can't get any kills. The culling comes out, but everyone's already out of range. Dive hops over the wall with the blast cone with everyone else. Might be to his own death as Arcane Vixen is going to go in. However, stunned up. Can't Arcane Vixen make the play? Gets the parry. Gets the kills. Draven's been able to pick up one. Finally gets his second kill, of the game, but Aurelia trying to shut down everyone. Zeno is here. Heal it up, going in, getting a bit of damage down. Takes out the Thresh. Can turn in, get the Lucian as well. And though it is delayed, Thomas not only picks up the Baron, but they also pick up 4 members of Caboose. They've got Baron on the Draven, and somehow they have been able to slowly but surely start to close this gap.
And Thomas, the little train that could. You got the fight. The Baron steal from Nuez was so clutch there. Flashing in with the ultimate. Invulnerable. Can't be shut down. Smites away the Baron and then deals damage to the enemy team. Who then go, okay, we lost the Baron. We're going to get the ace. But they get split. They go over the wall. Dive sections himself off. Gets blast cone over the side in the attempt to escape. Gets sectioned off and then killed immediately. He'd already blown the ultimate trying to distract for the Baron, even though it did go over to the other side. So he's just free meat at that point. Then your strongest member, Aurelia, has already been kind of chunked down, and she tries to go the long way around.
Oh, they're trying to jump on to Dive. Is it going to be enough? It is. Zeno, sorry, excuse me, was dived on. Jumped and taken down. The Cataclysm used in the bottom lane 1v1 fight. You said that Fiora was going to outscale Aurelia. Eventually, Flawless Duet only lands onto one. Arcane Vixen gets a massive heal from the Kayle, and Kayle will pick up her second kill of the game. But there's 4 members of Caboose pushing down the mid lane. They say, you know what, you won the last fight, but we are still stronger. We still have a gold lead. We're going to come in, but they are only up 1,000 gold at this point. Kayle's going to be hit with that death sentence, but it's 2 members hit by the last breath. Divine Judgment comes in. Echo has to run away. Lucian is gone. The Whimsy going to slow Echo down. He's got no mana. If the chase continues, they may be able to catch him out. Asana looking for the cube, but the Lantern going to pull the Echo out to safety. And now Thomas win the map. They can turn on to the next Drake coming up shortly. It is a Wind Drake, though, so not exactly the favorite of the bunch. So they move in instead to the second tier turret in the mid lane.
And remember what I was saying about scaling. We're reaching the point in the game where all these mid-game champions, Echo, mid-game, Lucian, mid-game, Aurelia, even so, is kind of a mid-game. She's still good in the late game, but much more mid-game focused than Fiora, who at this point is outscaling. It's still competitive, but if she continues to get kills, it's going to start being very one-sided. Then, and it looks like this is just going to fall.
Yeah, Windrake picked up by Kayle again. Another nice smite. Make sure to get themselves a small objective. J4 going to go in with the Cataclysm on to Zeno. Can they keep the Draven alive? That's the question. Asana drops low. Dive is able to pick up one. In the meantime, the J4 is continuing to do work. Fiora is going to be going all over the place. It still just gets dropped. The Kayle was able to pick up one before going down, but that is a 4-for-1 trade, and Caboose win the fight with just pure aggression. Every time a fight becomes available, they're going in.
Divine Judgment was not up in that fight, and that is a cooldown that they need to track, because when Heal It Up gets free ultimates onto their team and doesn't get burst down afterward, it's just devastating. Heal It Up, definitely smart not to try and contest it. If he gets taken down right now, there's going to be problems, and it's going to be an inhibitor. But wisely, they manage to just hold out. They don't lose their base. It was a Windrake for a near ace was not worth it. Asana going through, setting up vision. This is good. This is what you want to see from a team that's trying to go back, get control of your jungle, get control of your objectives, and then move forward. Try and go for picks. Picks are your friend if you're behind. If you're in the deficit, hold on, die. A little aggressive right there, blowing Protobelt as well as both of his movement spells. Had there been another member there, they should have taken that fight.
I want to keep my eyes on Nuez on this Kayle. He's level 15, really could use level 16 to truly hit that complete godlike status. And so she's trying to get as much farm in the bottom lane as possible before potentially joining the team in this mid lane. So Kayle is going to be recalling, still level 15, but does have the ultimate available. No Baron on the map just yet, so the pings from Caboose are to head towards that top lane tier 2. The last exterior from the exterior turret from the base of Team Thomas.
She needs like 2 waves. Nuez needs 2 waves to hit level 6. Solo waves, that is. She's so close to hitting that just amazing power spike, the 16, and then she can basically just wipe everybody. But she has to be aware not to greed for this farm. There are 4 members sitting right here. I think they might know. Nuez gonna go for it, but this might be
making the play onto Otter. She's got his ultimate. We'll go ahead and drop it. Will takes down the Lucian with it. It's gonna be a sacrifice. The Wild Growth keeps the Nuez alive, and the minion gets in the way of the hook. So now they could turn the fight. That Wild Growth from Lulu was absolutely clutch. Caboose have to leave the scene of the crime. They cannot contest. And this is where I want to talk for half a second on the fact that kills are not the end of the game. It's 27 kills to 17. 10 kills up for Caboose, but there is only 500 gold or so separating these teams. The Baron going to spawn at the right time for Team Thomas. They want to pick up a couple more. Zucchini forced to flash away as Nuez is starting to just wipe through the enemy team. They have to rip up as well. J4 is still alive. He could try to steal it away.
But there's so much threat whenever he shows his face. He can just get nuked down. Asana stunned up, but no critical targets. Heal it up onto the Baron right now. Zucchini's gonna drop, and that's gonna be the Baron going over to Thomas. Xeno walking forward aggressively, but they don't need to do anything right now. They've gotten the objective. They need to go back and spend some gold. Nuez is 16. This is the power spike, and it looks like they're trying to drive the nails home.
They're looking for the inhibitor in the mid lane. They have a very small wave and a half, but it's going to be Baron empowered. So with this and the attack speed from the Kayle and Draven, they should be able to secure themselves at least the inhibitor turret, maybe the inhibitor as well. Dive going in, looking for the Lulu. Is able to get it and ult to safety out. So they've been able to pick up 1, and now they can turn on to the Kayle. Return to going in, looking for the Cataclysm. The ultimate Divine Judgment from Kayle keeps her alive for the moment. Draven is dealing damage to the backline. Kayle's able to pick up 1. Yasuo takes down J4. It's almost a wipe. The Thresh, the only one left alive as everyone else went in and died from the side of Caboose. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a slow and steady climb up the hill, but Team Caboose is making the turnaround.
They need to end it here because Fiora is actually just AFK in base. They won that fight 3v5. That's how powerful Kayle in the late game is, boys, and it's going to be GG to the side of Thomas. A little engine that could.
That has been a fantastic game to watch. Both sides were just completely on line and on fire, doing everything that they could. Think about how many times returned ganked in the early game, setting themselves up for the laning phase to go so well. Every single lane from the side of Caboose won. It was absolutely insane, but Thomas still delayed, and let that Kayle come online, let that Fiora get that farm. I mean, in the end, Fiora, with being AFK, actually wasn't that impactful, only 109 CS in the game, but the Draven and the Yasuo, 136 farm on this Yasuo, or 36 farm. Compare that to the side of Caboose, and you've got 200 on the Irelia. That is about it.
Yeah, so just take a look at these. I'm going to give out real MVPs and real honorable mentions because this is XLNC casting right now, and we need some MVPs and honorable mentions, Jake. So I got to give it to Team Caboose first. Honorable mention going over to Best Foe Cooker in the top lane. And I know Aurelia was the big carry to start with, and everybody was looking at her in the mid game, but come on. And yeah, really excellent play. Really on point. Smashing down the turret in the top lane, beating up an Arcane Vixen who's apparently having some connection issues, is what it was looking like. She AFK'd twice. And then TPing down to the bot lane and taking that advantage into the bot side, wiping them, getting the Drake, and taking down the turret as well. Very good movement from Best Foe Cooker, earning her the honorable mention. However, Returned gets the MVP because holy crap, can you put this guy anywhere else on the map? I mean, he's farming, but he's ganking mid lane and top lane. How is he ganking those at the same time? I don't know, but he managed to make it work. You know, he ganked top lane like 4 times, then he ganked mid lane 3 times, and then he ganked bot lane twice, and still had... He was only like 20 CS behind his opposite number. This guy was a monster and got his team his advantage in pretty much every lane. Return, not laying down the big kill numbers, but the assists were there and the pressure was there. The objective control was there. So definitely earning himself a strong MVP right there.
21 kill participation in a 29 kill game. That shows you how much he was invested in his lanes.
Yeah, and then for Team Thomas, MVPs, let's go with honorable mention first. Heal It Up. Gonna be getting that honorable mention right there, landing that. Oh, by the way, Team Thomas won, Scotty. But Heal It Up, landing those big last breaths onto multiple members throughout the team, as well as smashing his lane. That 2v1 outplay at the beginning was just insane. Tell me somebody clipped that and put it on a highlight reel, because that was spicy. So Heal It Up, definitely deserving the honorable mention, but Nuez, the late game carry on this Kale, the clutch ultimate. This was the defining play in the game. Heal It Up gets sectioned off. They're coming down the mid lane. Cody's shot calling was on point here. They just taken the Drake, and then the counter take in the mid lane turret. So this is a pretty even trade, but Cody tries to catch him out in the mid lane. Doesn't quite work, but then they immediately go up mid lane to take the mid lane tier 2 and section off Thomas from the rest of the map. Heal It Up tries to go around, but then gets sectioned off from the rest of his team and starts getting bursted down. Kale moves forward and gets the last second, I'm talking 50 HP type stuff, on the ultimate onto Yasuo, and keeps him from going down. He gets last breath onto 2 members and drops 2, and Kale's free hitting from the back line. That was the defining moment in the entire game. That was the turnaround where everything started going uphill for Team Thomas. Kale's level 16 equals free game. Not wrong.
Not wrong. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a fantastic Game 3. Good stuff here from both sides. I'm not sure if we've got the players to play a Game 4 or not. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a break for now. However, before we go, did you want a 1v1, Wraith? Do you want to do a 1v1 on stream?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
All right. Hey, Landex is here.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
Landex could cast.
He said he wanted to come in and cast the 1v1. He wouldn't be able to stream it though. I don't think.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
All right.
Stop it with your facts, Jake.
Sorry. Too much. Hold on a second. Let's reset this.